Bryan Houston with Coach Randy McFarlin getting ready for the opening round of the playoffs against Ennis tonight. Coach, let's talk about John Tyler first of all. A loss 45-38 that ended your undefeated streak, but I can't imagine that you could be much prouder of a football team and the way they played in that ball game against a football team in John Tyler that could win the state championship.
Yeah, mix and motion. You got two good football teams playing each other. One of them has to lose. I've made that comment before. And, I wish it'd been us to win. The kids played great, proud of their effort. But then, mindset's a lot of things. And I think we shocked everyone. And I think we're now at the level where, playing with top 10 teams is not a shock to play. We should be expected to beat them, So it's a whole mindset thing with the community and fans and everybody. But I think that game kind of got us there.
Well, you jumped out to a 24-0 lead. Did you think that was going to hold up?
Oh, no, I knew they're too good. They had a couple of turnovers. We had some penalties. They were moving the ball. Even at halftime, 24-10, I told the kids, no, this is not over. It's going to come down to the final play of the fourth quarter. Good football teams don't quit, don't lay down, and they weren't going to, and they're very talented. And it was exactly what I expected the game to be.
So what happened in the second half? What were the keys that turned the thing around for John Tyler?
Well, we missed tackles defensively. We would work the ball down, good ball control drives, and then kids were trying to make plays, and they just didn't wrap up and make a tackle. I know on 2 or 3 occasions that was the case. And then flip side, on our offensive side, the Bowser kid just ate us up, and I just felt like looking back, hindsight's 20/20, of course, if we'd doubled him some way to stop his pass rush, to give Patrick a little more time, it would have been a different game. But even then, in a ball game like that, you've got 2 shots to tie the game late in the fourth quarter, and we just failed to capitalize on the opportunity.
And then always it seems like it comes down to turnovers, and the critical turnover there at the end when Patrick tried to get away from a sacker and the ball came out and it gave him a short field for the winning touchdown. I'm sure that had to be heartbreaking for him.
Oh, sure, but that's part of the game. I mean, John Tyler was also driving a couple times and fumbled the ball. I mean, that's part of the game, and I'll credit John Tyler's pass rush for creating that turnover. It's nothing we did. They're the ones that created that. That's part of the game, and it just happens, and you don't get down from that point. You regroup, come back, which we did, drove the ball back down the field, had some shots at the end zone to end the game. So, that's part of it.
Speaking from a defensive standpoint, it's hard to imagine you're going to face better people than Greg Ward and Fred Ross and that passing combination in the rest of the playoffs.
We will not face anyone more talented than that John Tyler team. The Fred Ross, the Greg Ward, the Bowser kid, and numerous others. Overall, their talent level, man, they beat Lufkin. They beat Mesquite Horn, a 5A team that's in the playoffs. In our division, no one will be better than those kids right there. And so if we maintain our level of play, we should have a great playoff run.
And then I know everybody played courageously in the ball game for you, but I got to ask you about the performance of Patrick Mahomes, because he kept taking a beating and kept coming back. And I know I had friends who'd never seen him play before who were just blown away by his performance the other night.
Yeah, that was kind of the biggest game of Patrick's career. He responded and made incredible plays. And then, like I say, most of the second half was scrambling for his life and still making plays. Just great courage, great heart. Big players make big plays in big ball games, and that's Patrick Mahomes. And in his career, he's going to have many, many big games like that. And he's just a competitor. He responds, and the best comes out.
So, mindset of your football team now after that ball game, extreme disappointment, going to be hard to get them back up, or did they show that they could play toe-to-toe with one of the best teams that could probably win in 5A in the state championship game? Where are they now?
Well, following a tough loss, we talked about it last week that this is not the end game. I kind of prepared them for both ways. Mm-hmm. Even if we won the game, we'd been in the same situation of coming back and preparing for Ennis the next week. sometimes it may be even a little easier to do it like we did. We played with a great ball club, but we weren't successful, and our kids don't like losing. Had we won the game, having a pride and a big head, so to speak, is harder to come back down than where we're at. So through the week, the kids have a great week, and we went back to the bottom on Monday and build back, and we're ready for a great ball game with Ennis.
Round one of the playoffs now. The John Tyler game's out of the way. Tell me what you know about Ennis.
Well, I know playoffs are here. It starts over. Throw your records out. Ennis, that was a good football team at 8-2. But the third season, you win, you keep playing. It's a whole new mindset now. It's every play in a playoff game is like a quarter of a regular season game. Ennis, I'll compare them to a Corsicana, a big run-oriented team, multiple unbalanced formations, great offensive line, just going to come right at you time and time and time again, much like the Corsicana ball game. There again, the matchup is how's our offense going to do against our defense? Can we continue to put the points up even though we may not get as many shots at it?
I saw where they lost to Waxahachie 16-0. They turned the ball over 4 times in the ball game. Did you learn anything from that football game?
Oh, of course, we watched those tapes, and of course, Ennis is a good Waxahachie is a good football team, so is Ennis. And that Waxahachie-Ennis battle is like a White House John Tyler. They just don't like each other. Waxahachie-Ennis does not. They're 10 miles apart, and I've been a part of that game there before. But yeah, they're a great football team, and we're going to have to play well. And but I think our kids are up to it.
Any one particular player that leaps out at you, that's somebody that you're going to have to really control that belongs to the Ennis team?
Yeah, number 22. I couldn't tell you his name right now. You may know his name, but he's the running back. They hand him the ball a lot, and they move him to receiver. When they move him to receiver, they throw to him. He's sort of the main player on their team, number 22, and they try to get the ball in his hands.
I believe that's Trayvon Hughes, and he had 103 yards on 26 carries. Not a great average. He probably didn't get 4 yards carry in the ball game, but apparently he's the workhorse. He is.
He's the guy they go to, and that's the key to our defensive game plan, stopping him. And be a great challenge. He's a good athlete.
How'd you guys come out of the John Tyler game as far as health?
We're fine. I mean, it's funny in games like that. You play that hard and injury free. We should be 100%.
I would imagine Mahomes needed to sit in an ice tub though for a couple of days.
Yeah, he got his ankle stepped on early, but took a few shots. But that's part of the game as a quarterback in today's game. You know, you're expected to do a lot, and stepped up to the challenge, and just thrilled with the whole team. I mean. It was an incredible ball game, and like I say, we just need to maintain our level tonight versus Ennis to come away with the win.
As far as, again, playing against a team like John Tyler, getting ready for a playoff game like this now, you've seen your team now through these 10 weeks. How good do you think this team is? How good do you think your team can be for the rest of this stretch?
Well, I made a comment last week that we'll see how good we are. John Tyler, top 10 team in the state, rated number 2 in some polls, started the year number 1. I think we're right there. I think this team's history is yet to be written. Now it depends on what can they do in the playoffs. And our goal is to go further than any other White House team has gone. So that means we've got to get to the 4th round of the playoffs. And you don't look ahead. It's one game at a time, but that's our goal. And I think this is a very, very good football team. I think this may be one that's a top 10 team in the state. But I think that is yet to be determined by just how we respond now. Coming off a tough loss, how are we going to respond in the first playoff round?
Coach, best of luck to you tonight. I hope we'll see you down for 4 more of these ball games.
Yeah, I hope it's not as exciting a finish as the John Tyler game, but our kids are going to play hard. They're a very down-to-earth group. They go back each week and go to work, and so I think you're going to see a great ball game tonight.
Very good. Good luck to you tonight.
Thanks.
All right, that's Coach Randy McFarlin, and I'm Bryan Houston on 99.3 Talk FM.